Hello, Fire Family. Welcome back to my channel. The Ivy Phoenix here. And we're going to be doing a mixed bag, kind of, but more so looking at this from a three's a crowd perspective. So I'm not going to pinpoint either the masculine or the feminine. If you have, outside entities kind of influencing you. So we're just going to kind of look in and see what's going on and how, let's say if, it's going to be moving forward and progressing through this reading. In case any of you, maybe wanted to have some assistance, guidance, information on why you can't let go of a certain energy, whether that is, work related, some type of obsession, some type of void filler, a karmic, a person, we're just going to look into seeing what that is. So let's get a foundation, please. Right. Well, we have the Empress card, nurturing. Instinctively, I feel as if that is, how do I put this? The core of who this counterpart is. Like I said, I'm not going to pinpoint whether you are a DM or a DF because I think in this aspect there is going to be mirroring going on. So I'm going to pick up on both sides of the relationship. But at the core of who you are, you have this nurturing sense within you. If any of you may be a Taurus or a Libra, perhaps this, or have that in your chart somewhere, perhaps this message may definitely hit home for you. But the Empress card is here about creating new life, creating new circumstances, birthing new projects, things of that nature. What else do we have? What else? I hope you are enjoying my two little monarchs here. Look at this. I mean, come on. Okay, you'll see the other card in a second. Open up. Four of Pentacles. So I feel as if in conjunction with the Empress card here, there is definitely a blockage. I mean, clearly that's why we're doing this reading. And I think some of you are trying to understand what that blockage is, especially because that blockage is keeping you from coming together, from uniting with your counterpart. Absolutely love that. Let's get one more. Let's get one more. I'm also picking up, and even though this may not be one or the other within the connection, I feel as if, oh, okay, we got two. I feel as if what this situation is, both parties, if not just one of you, are embracing more of the divine feminine side of things. Now we know, those of you who may be in the, divine counterpart journey, twin flame journey, whatever label you want to put on it is fine with me. But those of you who have been on the journey for a while, those of you who recognize it for what it is, and understanding that from an individual standpoint, you are supposed to be bridging the gap between the two. I think whoever this reading is going to be about is going to be more towards, capturing and harnessing the divine feminine energy. The next card that came out is the Hermit, the Seek card. I feel like this is just outlining the whole purpose of this entire reading, right? Looking into what exactly is causing the blockage from having this connection come together. And look at that, Three of Cups. Oh, Lord. And then the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. Okay. So if anybody needed confirmation on where this reading is going, I definitely think that it is going to be to that effect. Okay. So let's kind of get into it and look into the shadowy side of things. And see exactly what could be potentially going on. Okay, so we see that there is this one-sided. unstable, envious, distant. Bottom of the deck energy, pitiful. Okay, so with these 5 cards, I definitely feel like there is some internal, especially since we saw the Hermit card already out. I think that there is some internal reevaluation going on. You know, Mercury retrograde is about to pick up speed very, very soon. And honestly, it makes me cringe when I hear or read people say, you know, that when Mercury retrograde is going to be over is within that 3-week period, because it's not the case. You know, the planet is still going to have to amp back up its energy to flow in its natural direction, right? So that means that there's still going to be a blurring of the lines. And since Neptune is in Pisces, the sun is in Pisces, you know, the new moon wasn't too long ago either. It's definitely mixing this, you know, this energy and making it feel more emotions led. And I think because of that, you know, there is this recognition that the relationship previous to now, in previous lifetimes, if you do know who your counterpart is, connections that you've been in without your counterpart, whatever it is, there has been this theme of one-sidedness. You know, and it may not start off like that. Absolutely not. You know, there is this element of attraction where you think that it's really going to be moving forward positively and in a certain direction, but inevitably it continues to get back here. And when it gets here, then it becomes this unstable type of connection, right? Where perhaps, you know, it's this push and pull between somebody being envious and then, you know, somebody being distant. And it just becomes this this relationship dynamic. It's between these two energies. And I mean, look at the similarities of the card. Look at the fact that this, you know, this waterfall is coming out of a skull here, right? And so it's no wonder that pitiful is what is at the bottom of the deck, because that's inevitably what the person, whoever is the one going through, you know, this recognition, and perhaps being the one that's either envious or the one who is being distant. But honestly, if it's unstable, it's both of you are. You know, there's going to be a push and pull within it. But that is what outlines the relationship to be pitiful, is because of this energy that is going on, right? So let's get a level of clarity to maybe, you know, get some specific situations as to how this is coming about. That was a terrible shuffle. The Empress is showing itself again. I think I peeked and saw the Six of Swords. 4 of Wands is showing itself. I don't know if when it gets to this place, people threaten to, you know, kick someone out, move out, something like that. The Tower, Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups. And I'm just notating some of the cards that are really catching my eye as I'm shuffling. So let's get some clarity as to, you know, some situations that may be going on that's causing the instability. Because I feel like within those situations, especially if it has been something that is repeating itself, the Moon, secrets, things being done in the dark that don't necessarily have survival grounds within the sun. I feel the cards that are going to be coming out are going to be outlining patterns. Again, like I was saying with the first But, you know, whoever it was that, whoever primary energy we are picking up on in this reading, you know, it's like that. 8 of Cups. Perhaps somebody is just never invested. Justice. What was I talking about? Taurus and Libra. You know, if somebody ghosted someone, you know, somebody still wants justice. Or let's say somebody leaves and then wants to come back. I feel subconsciously, even if you may not recognize it, you know, in your, with your full mind at the time, it's like you want to get someone back. You want to, it's like a tit for tat type of thing. Like I was saying, the push and pull between the envy and the distance. 8 of Pentacles. And I mean, it becomes a focus point, you know, like the trust is broken. No matter if, you know, something actually happened with another individual or whatever, it's just that the wheels in your mind have been turning and turning and turning. And it's continuous. This pattern has plagued you relationship after relationship. Let's get another clarifying card, please. Yeah, okay. We got a few here. 5 more. Okay. So we have 6 of Cups. Like I was saying, I really do feel like whatever this is, how it's come about, it didn't start within this past relationship. It didn't even start with your counterpart. It is something that has been continuously ongoing. And I think some of it is because, you know, like you have to take accountability for yourself. Whoever this is resonating with, I feel like it really stems from indecision on your part, indecision on someone else's part, but one or the other person feels like if it's you or if it's, you know, the person that we're kind of reading from, I guess I should say, not reading from. Either it's you or it's somebody else, okay? But either way, whoever this is resonating with, I feel as if somebody within the connection is already showing that they don't know how to make choices, okay? That they are okay with this type of mindset. And I think that this is what starts it off. Like I get, you know, the kicking off of the ignition. You know, it starts the car. It starts the car going down the wrong path. And it's like when somebody doesn't show that they are able to make sound decisions, proper decisions for the benefit of the relationship and building with you, or, you know, vice versa, then that's when all of this other type of behavior kicks in, which is the recipe that leads to this. Okay? 10 of Swords. I think it brings, when this happens, like I said, I think it brings you right into this type of mindset where it's like on auto drive. It's autopilot. It automatically happens. Oh my gosh. No decision, no commitment, no follow through, nothing of that nature to make me feel secure. So if I don't feel secure, I have to go out and make myself feel secure. Or that person is the same way, where maybe it's too much, you know. They think that one simple question perhaps means the end all be all. You're invested, you're basically getting married, and they run, you know, like it leads to that type of dynamic. It's like a pressure. Sorry, oh my gosh. It's a pressure, and it threatens, I think, what the ideal mindset of whoever is the one doing the running. I think it interrupts that status quo, you know, that statistical, I need this in order, A, B, C, D, E. It cannot deviate from that. It has to be meticulously followed down to a T. And when it doesn't happen, somebody gets hurt. Both people get hurt in some way. In some way. Crazy enough, we end up at the bottom of the deck also getting what? The Hermit card again. So then the person who gets hurt, goes into hermit mode. I'm sorry, I really have to figure out how to properly do this videotaping. But somebody goes into hermit mode, and then I think, again, like I was already saying, it starts to develop this process of, okay, tit for tat. I need to do this. I need to get it back, get them back, him back, her back, whatever it is. It starts to pull, outline this process, which inevitably leads to it being too toxic. It being something that neither one of you needs to be in. So, now that we kind of know a little bit of the backstory, and not so much on how that behavior came to be, because I think that's going to be different for everyone. It could stem from abandonment issues. It could stem from something from childhood. It could stem from, not being accepted within friendships. It could be a self-confidence issue. It could be a plethora of things that I don't think we need to look at within this reading itself. But regardless of, it leads to the ending of that connection. All right, so let's see as to how this can kind of be overcome. Because I don't think it's a question of if it can. It's more of like, what will that look like when it comes to, wanting to heal yourself, become whole again. First, I think making the decision that you even want a new life. Ooh, look at that. Perhaps for some of you, it really has been abandonment issues. Okay, orphaned. And recognizing that it wasn't your fault. My phone keeps going off. Recognizing that it wasn't your fault. Whatever somebody outside of you chooses to do doesn't have anything to do with you. Okay. Also understanding and looking at how this has been a cycle, a never-ending cycle. What else do we have? Another message, please. And now it's time to take a break. I'm loving how this is unfolding, to be honest with you. I really am. I really am. And even here at the bottom, there are people that are meant to help you. Like it, ooh, look at that. And exchanging gifts. I think that this is realizing the power that you have within yourself and being willing to exert that, being willing to share that, being willing to share you, because whatever it is that you have inside of yourself, it doesn't necessarily need to be spiritual. You don't need to have a YouTube channel. You don't need to read or heal or have anything necessarily profound in what you think that spirituality is or anything like that. It could be, you are very good at working with children, whether you are a teacher, a counselor, however that is, but that is what you are good at and that is what you care about. And because of that, you sit there and you put in 100%. And because of that 100%, you are changing lives every single day. I really do feel like it is coming into your purpose where you are going to be able to look at these patterns and be like, no more. Outside of just even clicking on this video and recognizing like, I want to change. And it's not even a need. It's you really want to change. You accept yourself for how you are as of this very moment. You are grateful that, let's just say, you didn't succumb to some of the consequences that could come from the behaviors that you have, put out into the universe, right? And then you look at the stages of yourself and that you want to change. It doesn't have to be anything profound. You don't need to rush it. You don't need to give it a date, a timeline, or anything like that. That is where the healing starts. It is by first wanting to do it, And then 2, accepting yourself for how you are at this point. And 3, wanting to, you know, take the parts that you may not like about yourself and improve upon them. And as you start to improve upon them, I guarantee you're going to start catching those little instances where it's just like, I see that, I don't want to do that anymore, and you choose another path. I am loving this. Loving it. So let's see. Oh, I guess I should move these, huh? Okay, so let's see. Let's see what's next. Now that you know you have somewhere to move, a direction to go. You have a framework to work off of to heal yourself. Let's get some confirmations from Spirit. The Spirit wanted to tell the counterpart. So, I mean, so far we're seeing that the third party energy that's happening here. Fate. Freaking fate. Whatever this is, my loves, it had to go down like this. And perhaps, oh yes, we're getting some, we're getting some beautiful numbers. 111 and 444. Yes, yes, yes. Creating new beginnings, fresh starts, and foundation. Ah, I love it. I love it. This needs to happen exactly how it did, because with your specific connection, you know, there is a purpose for each counterpart relationship to come together for a reason. And I think it is to avoid being codependent on anybody else anymore. I think it is to get yourself out of, you know, self-preservation, and understands that, or be able to look at situations from a whole different lens. Okay, what was that? Both look like hats, right? Hat roles. There is a new role that you are going to be required to play within your connection. That this lesson, this life lesson, this challenging aspect of your life. We're going to get 3 more cards here. 2 to 3 more, please. It's really going to change your perspective on your life, divine counterparts. It really, really is. Okay, we got 2. Lucky 7, crucify. Oof. Memories. And that is exactly what is meant to happen next. Is after going through this type of, you know, epiphany that's coming into this group of you that I'm speaking to, all of this crucifixion, whether it's been external or whether it has been internal, is going to be a distant memory. You won't need to do this anymore. You don't need to accept it anymore. It won't even be true anymore, because you are going to be a brand new person. Look at this, even on the bottom. Eggs, incubation. Come on now. Look at Spirit trying to tell you, like, you have this in the bag. You have it in the bag. You just have to believe it. You really do have to believe it. So let's kind of see, you know, what's going on with the divine counterpart. How is it mirroring now that we are pinpointing the, you know, third party energy that is really being healed through right now? What messages do we have from the counterpart? Okay. So we have here, there will be compromise. Healthy. That sounds really good to have within a relationship that you want to stand the test of time. You know, you two will be each other's muses. Beautiful. there won't be any problem with having solitude. Solitude is different from separation. I don't think that this is going to call for there to be any more separations. Whatever this energy is, that, not whatever it is, but going through this stage, I think is really going to show you how being alone, not jumping from relationship to relationship, really healing yourself from everything that you've gone through when it's come to other people, jobs that you didn't particularly like, or whatever, just totally changing your frame of mind, whatever that is. You know, this, having this solitude, having these moments where you are really truly learning yourself and learning a new way that you want to move forward is truly going to help your actual connection. Shadow work. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Like, you can't make this stuff up. Devotion. Like I said, there won't be any more question about the nature of your relationship or anything like that, of who's staying, who's going. It won't exist. It won't exist. It won't exist. It won't exist. Let's get 2 more so we can, yeah. No more settling. And if you possibly were thinking about timing, I think that the healing aspect of it will come through in the summer. I don't want to sit here and say that it's going to, you know, miraculously bring in union for the two of you. It definitely could. But, you know, it's going to be the ending of all of that fear. Ending of all of that fear. The anxiety. I think even perhaps thinking about, you know, the timing element of it all, it's just going to fade away. Oh, if you haven't already watched the DM and DF videos that I last posted, do so. Do so. All right, so let's see how your divine counterpart is supporting you through this. You've been in my dreams. Our connection still affects me. So just know that the work that you are doing is helping them in some way. You don't need to know what it is. You know, you don't need to be watchful for it. You don't need to see proof of it. Just know that it's happening because of what you are doing. Let's get 2 more. Let's stick to 4 here. Oh, Lord. Okay, we got 3. I miss you regardless of how things seem. I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. And beforehand, lying was easier for me than telling the truth. And like I said, the work that you are doing is definitely taking a toll on them too. I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. Oh boy. So yeah, I really like, you know, the way that this is tied together. Even though it is starting off with self, you can see where there is still the effects of the work that is being done is impacting the connection itself. And I really do feel that from the work being completed, it's holding the key to something that you don't see. Okay, divine counterpart, it really is. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this reading. I definitely did. Joe and Flo, I feel also enjoyed it. And I think their presence actually really influenced this reading. That, you know, I think a lot of people think that karmic energy has to do with an external person, but it doesn't. And to be honest, it doesn't even start there. It starts as an energy that one of the divine counterparts is already implementing from themselves, and they are trying to find it in an external person. That is why, you know, regardless of how any type of connection or, you know, when jobs and all of those types of things, you attract it to you because that is what you are putting out into the universe. And when things end, it's because you have elevated where that energy no longer fits your advancement. And that is what will happen to every single divine counterpart who is involved in something karmic that does not mean them any good past a certain point. You don't need to watch for it. You don't need to keep wondering when, how. None of those things are going to matter, because when that divine counterpart has reached their peak to where union can actually survive, it will happen naturally. You don't need to do a thing. That's why it would be to your best interest to continue putting the focus on yourself. And I think whichever one of you this is for, obviously for both, because again, this reading definitely reconnected at the end. But from starting from one person, whoever is watching this and is just like, yes, that is exactly what is going on, understand that your divine counterpart is going to be there no matter what. No matter what. So continue to improve on this situation. Heal this hurt. Okay? So absolutely love you all. Joe and Flo love you all too. And we will see you all next time. Mwah. Bye.